What about being like an old guy or whatever, and I mean, you can obviously change your views, but like I'm talking about like your views, from when you were 20, 30, even 40, to when you're like 50, halfway to 60. They change a lot, and I don't know. It's weird, and I don't know. Like some people, I think don't. I mean, I do not embrace change. I hate change, but that's the only kind of change like that I've kind of embraced. Where, all right, I'm 50, gonna be 56 in a couple of days, and I don't know. It's just. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with all this. The weather turned really nice, so wind kind of died down. It's also after 5, so probably should have. My weed plants suck. Andy's been sleeping all day because he had about a 6.5 hour swimming yesterday. Oh my God, I said swimming, he opened up his eyes. But yeah, he's doing good. Everybody's doing good. This might be a mini podcast. Probably will be. Haven't been many mosquitoes. Don't understand why. It's been a weird year. Weird year weather-wise, and I ain't doing that like climate change bullshit. I'm just saying it's a weird year weather-wise, and I remember like years like this in the 70s where it was just weird. You'd get thunderstorms that were like coming out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden it'd be like really, really nice, and then cold, and then hot, and I mean, the first time I brought my wife up here before we were married, we stayed at a friend's place, and we were only going to stay for like 2 days. We ended up staying for like 4 or 5. Might even been longer than that. I kept calling them, hey, can we stay one more? Yep. Can we stay one more? Yep. But it was in October. And it was one of those like crazy days where, or not crazy days, I shouldn't say, crazy weeks where it was just like incredible weather. It might have been around, I think it was just before Columbus Day. Yes. It's still Columbus Day to me. Back then it was Columbus Day, so I have to say Columbus Day. I think it was just before Columbus Day. I don't think it was Columbus Day weekend. But it was just like crazy. It was super warm. The water was still warm. And, it was like one of those sucker things. She fell in love with it. Like, I mean, I knew I was in love with up here, but then you bring her up, it's like, oh my God, you can't ask for better conditions. So obviously I know there's a higher being. I don't know what the higher being, I definitely know there's spirits watching out for me, or people. I think relatives watching out for me, because I've done some stupid shit and I got out of it, but I've done some stupid shit and never got caught, and other people have, and shit like that. But I definitely think there's a whole group of people that are like, or people that have passed that are just like, all right, we gotta, sort of keep an eye on this motherfucker because he could go batshit crazy. And actually, I think this is turning into a podcast. Huh? Good for the podcast. And I might end it right now because I really need to dust this place or like hit it with a brush to get the cobwebs because there's cobwebs all over that I never really realize that are here. I mean, I'm sure I see them, but I don't acknowledge them. I mean, that's the whole thing. You can see whatever the fuck you want, but if you don't acknowledge it, then it doesn't exist. Which there's a lot of that going on today. You guys know it. I know it. Just think about it. Like, oh my God. Well, I don't think it happened. No, but it really did. No, not according to the news. It didn't happen. What do you mean the news? Everything I've listened to or have read, it happened. No, not 3, 5, or 9. And 68. So anybody that heard those numbers, they know the reference because that's all we had back in the day. And 68 came later. Some people had cable when 68 came on. Some people didn't. I don't think... No, we may have had... I think we did have cable when 68 came on. Because we just did the 359 for a long time. And every once in a while you get 24 in. So I could see Electric Company... Or no, Zoom. Gonna zoom, 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 ah, zoom. Gonna zoom, zoom, zoom. You know what I'm talking about, right? Everybody, like my age knows what the fuck I'm talking about when I say that. So, oh my God. I got some new weed plants growing, and yeah, I'm definitely not a farmer. Even with the old weed plants, definitely not a farmer. I don't know if I'm getting bad seeds, good. So I got seeds. I got 2 seeds. 1 seed, and like a week it sprouts. Another week there's a bud on it. The other seed sprouts a week later. Just sprouts. Just acts like like a plant. And then now they're growing. They're probably like, I don't know, what is it, 4 or 6? I should actually start like documenting shit. But might be like 4 or 6 weeks ago. Probably, I don't know, whatever it is. But the plant that started with the buds has like more buds. And I don't know, it's just weird. And the other plant that didn't have any buds is almost as tall, but still looks like a plant. So I have no idea, like if I'm getting like some sort of like flim-flammed on my seeds. I think I might be. I think like I think it might be. There's everybody. There's a lot of conspiracies out there. So let's say I'm getting flim-flammed on my seeds. And then the guy that gave me the seeds, I don't know. I can get 10 more stories going. Maybe I should just start making shit up. It's a lot easier to tell the truth because then you can remember it. Because like when you make shit up, you don't really remember it. So I'd rather remember the shit that I'm talking about. Whether I'm liquored up or not, stuff like that happens. Well, obviously you've heard me ramble for, I don't know how long now. Oh, it's not even 10 minutes. Oh my God, it feels like fucking an hour. Feels like, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours. It does. It's awful. Oh my God. I'm going to just shoot this out there. Yo, have a good night, bitches.